Hello, Aquariuses. This is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? Um, so I'm really kind of excited because the planet Chiron is retrograde in Aries, which means that right now we have an opportunity to have a lot of spiritual and emotional growth and to heal our inner child, which I think is exciting because I know I need a lot more inner child healing than I realized. I just realized that recently, but I think a lot of us are starting to realize it's because we are moving into Chiron is moving retrograde into Aries. I think that spirit has been allowing this to happen so that we have this knowledge. So the first question is, who is Chiron or what is Chiron? Chiron is a new planet that was found in the last 40 years or so. I don't remember the exact date. But he or she, planet she's or he's, um, was found, and at the time when the astronomers found Chiron, they thought it was an asteroid, but it turned out to be a planet, which is so exciting because that means that as we build bigger and better telescopes, we find out more and more about our planetary system. And I just find that fun. Also, who was Chiron now? Chiron was one of the centaurs. He was the son of the god Cronus and a nymph named Philura. Philura? Well, anyway, I don't say it real well. He was a centaur, and they're kind of yucky. They're violent and savage, and I think of them as dirty and smelly, kind of like a goat. Um, but he was different. He was famous for his teaching ability, his wisdom, and his knowledge of medicine. And I believe that the reason it's he is retrograde in Aries and why it's making such a difference is it allows us to emotionally use medicine, our emotional medicine. And I think that's why this is such a good time for that. Um, so I have decided once again a brand new thing. I used to pull cards, and as I'd be like, "Uh oh, I dropped one. I dropped more than one. What do my Aquariuses need to hear?" That's so boring. I used to listen to it because sometimes I would re-listen to my astro my reading for myself, and I'd be like, "Wait a minute, that's boring." I hate boring. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it ahead of time, and we're going to look at it together. So we're still learning and finding out together, but that way we don't waste all that time. Um, and because I think that's better. One of the things I've always said, though, and I'm sharing that this week, is that what do my Aquariuses need to hear, or my Tauruses, or whatever? And that's because I want to get your needs met, what you need to make this a better week. And by the way, if I didn't already say it, which I may not have, this is July 13th through July 19th, 2020. So we are going to start out and see what I've got. The first card you get, which is from the Fairy Oracle card, I forgot to show you that. This is by Lucy Cavendish, is the Riddle Fisher. And this is a card about divination and finding your answers. And actually, I've gotten this card more than once tonight. But you see her, there's this God, and the water is pouring out of her mouth, and she's like, "Here, feed me, give me the knowledge." And I think that's what we should all be doing. We should say, "Give me knowledge. I want knowledge. I will eat of knowledge. I will drink of knowledge. I need my answers." Oh, you apparently got 3 cards by accident. And then we have the Gatekeeper. I love the Gatekeeper card because in our spirit guides, we all have a gatekeeper. My gatekeeper's name is Isabella, by the way. I don't know who your gatekeeper is, but you have one. And the gatekeeper is your spirit guide that protects you from things that are bad. If you want to know more about that, please go ahead and send me a PM or a text message. And finally, this is fairy lovers. Oh, this is all about romance and falling in love. Aquarius, allow yourself to have romance and fall in love. Um, and it doesn't have to be with a person, it can be with you. Fall in love with you over this time period. Yeah, isn't that a crazy thought to fall in love with yourself? Amazing, right? Who would think of something silly like that? But who better to fall in love with? Who better to love than yourself? Okay, now for our tarot reading. The first one is the Hangman. And the Hangman is, it's not saying that he's hanged or anything. It is about personal sacrifice. And so I feel like you've been sacrificing for a while. You've been sacrificing yourself for the greater good. And maybe it's time to stop. And that's even further borne out by the Fool. The Fool is all about new beginnings. It's all about starting on a journey. See, he's walking and he's carrying his little pack and he's like, blah, 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 blah. It's all about starting out. And finally, we have the Queen of Swords, and she's reversed. And we turn that over. And the Queen of Swords is a woman in your life, or a woman type person in your life. And she is about, she is beautiful, but she's not necessarily on your side. This is the negative. You're starting this journey and you've been sacrificing, and this woman wants you to continue to sacrifice yourself. She wants you to continue to stay in your mud puddle, per se. And you need to be able to tell this person, no, I'm not going to stay in my mud puddle. I am not staying here. I deserve better. And we all deserve better. So now we're going to look at my crystal ball. I see a dancer. You need to dance. You need to not physically dance. You need to dance spiritually. Don't let this person keep you from dancing. There's a country song that says, I hope you dance, which I love that song. Aquarius says, I hope you dance. I really hope you dance. And I see the color blue. You need to be true to yourself and who you are. And I see a square. So a square is about making things even and finding balance, because you don't see a square that's unbalanced. That's a rectangle. This is a square. So you need to find balance in your life and not be boxed in, not be boxed in by others. So Aquarius, if you want to do a private reading with me, send me a text 405-512-9400 or PM me on Facebook at Belladonna Moonbeams. If not, I'll see you next week. You have a good one. Bye.